What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Super B here, and today we are interviewing Luna. Yo, what's going on, Luna? How are you doing today and shit? You know what I'm saying?
Doing great, everyone. Welcome to my channel too, as well. If my viewers are watching, today we're also here with Scrim, and we're gonna talk about our the video that I streamed last week ago, how I beat the hardest difficulty mode in TZR. So we first beat attrition mode. I think it was like in the testing place where TZR was gonna add a new modifier called attrition, and I decided to like solo it first, and I was coming up with like a strategy how to beat it because no one ever actually beaten the game attrition mode yet. So I was testing around with the weapons. If yeah, I think you already covered that. Um, well, how I beat it was I had to like test out any weapons that had the most damage, and the armor set I had to use was more tankier and like like to withstand a enemy that had so much health, because attrition mode literally just makes enemies more health, more tankier, and there's no death penalty um in the mode. So which is good, but the bad side of it is just like the health part. Yeah.
Alright, next question will be which enemies cause you the most trouble?
Let's see. I think it was Keith at wave 3 of Divergence Imp, attrition mode, because Keith during that run was just kicking around and like keep shooting his rockets every time. For some reason his AI would break and just target the player only if you're a melee user. Um, and I think me and Kleb do that run where Keith would just automatically lock onto the gate after I died. So what we did to counter him was just buy the Titan turret upgrade, because since I keep dying over and over a lot, um we just wanted a range, a more DPS on Keith so we could kill him faster.
Alright, my next question will be uh, what waves were the biggest difficulty spikes in the game?
The first difficulty spikes is first would be Keith. Wave 1 and 2 is just normal, like Divergence. Wave 3 is like the beginning of the difficulty spike, because since Keith is the boss in that wave, and there's like zombie combat cars will shoot you from a back if you don't kill the if you manage to kill them. That means it only leaves Keith. But if you have Keith and zombie combat cars, it would be difficult. Then wave 4 is not really much a hard wave, but wave 5 for sure, that's where it gets more harder, since you have to face Imperial tractors, Screaming Eagles, and like Rangers, and Chaos Brutus. If you don't know what Chaos Brutus is, he's a boss. Um, he's really hard. Since he has more HP in this mode, he had and he's kept spamming his fireballs like 3 times in a row. And I don't think if you see the clip of me just dying over like a lot, I think yeah. And then Chaos Brutus would just like you know like punish your health and not able to make yourself have HP regen. Then wave 6 to 7, basically you gotta worry about like tractors, like like Death Eagles, since Death Eagles is like the shredding type enemy, as long with like Imperial tractors targeting your RDF, your NPCs. And then wave 8 is, I mean, if you know you're doing a wave 8, then it should not be a difficulty spike. But since the apprentice, the boss, can heal itself when it's really low, I it's annoying and like hard just to keep up with the DPS. Then wave 9 to 12 is basically the hardest. I think the most hardest difficulty spike ever, since you're dealing with a rush of enemies. And I think there's a one type of enemy that me and Club really hate is either rodents or just the Death Eagle slash King Eagle rush. Basically, like at like I think wave 12 or no, wave 11 or wave 12, it's where they spawn in like a lot of eagles, like shooting you down, shredding all your RDFs, destroying all your defense, and including you. And wave 12 was the most like hardest section because you got to deal with rodents. Rodents mostly target the gate, like, and you gotta be like extra cautious dealing with them because you gotta, there's like multiple of them and you just want to focus, while there's like imperial conquest like rushing to the gate, and that's where like the hardest part. Then the last wave for divergence imp is 13. Wave 13 is the final boss known as Zatrox. With him he had 9 million HP, which we thought was the most hardest boss in TZR ever, since no boss had like this amount of health in history. And before that, me and Kleb did this run, me and a dev were testing, like, wave 13. It was deemedly impossible since Satrax had so much health. Like, there's no way you can have the amount of DPS to like shred him. But later, I think it was like a week after, me and Kleb um um did this run. We killed him like near the gate because he was rushing the gate, and we almost lost the core. We did a first try. It took around 7 minutes to get his entire like health down since he kept moving a lot. So yeah, that's how difficult it was throughout the whole like run.
Alright, my last and final question for this segment will be what advice would you give someone attempting attrition for the first time?
Make sure you have the right weapons, the right armor, and the right augmentation. I say mostly focus on like more DPS on your weapon, more HP on your armor. Then for augmentation, it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of mix of both. I suggest getting super adrenaline if you want HP regen because it will definitely help you a lot. And mostly use your med kit, use fortress, the core augmentation, and use probably energy converter for your heart because stamina regen, HP regen, and use super pump too as well. I think it's the USB augmentation, because and use pain stopper, most most definitely pain stopper, because you got to deal with a lot of enemies punishing your health. That's my advice.
Alright, now for the next segment. My first question will be what weapons or abilities were most important in the run?
It really depends on the player, on their play style. But if say like a most important like melee for melee users, I say either go for the probably Decimator or Ignis if you have enough money to afford them and the enough weight requirement. And um for your like armor, try to go for Acne. Acne armor is like the best thing since it gives you more HP, so you can withstand a lot of um a lot of enemies that have more healthier. I mean more HP. For range players, I suggest you using like either explosive weapons like the AGL, the RPG 7, and um probably the MGL too as well. And since like there's going to be a lot of enemies, a lot of wave of enemies, and you want to clear the horde as much as you can. And for the armor for ranged players, um, probably go with super marine armor, or if you want to go extra tanky, just go for like a legion armor, a legion grenadier armor. And for your like um augmentation, go for more mostly with damage. And yeah.
Alright, next question will be, how important was teamwork during your impossible run?
um there's so much teamwork involved because you have to alert everybody which enemy is the most hardest and the most annoying thing there is. Just try to like tell each other like to coordinate how you guys are going to do this. One armor, how much coins do you need for each other, and like what is like the best route for your RDF, like like your RDF upgrades. And like and you gotta help each other do the most damage on a specific enemy, like mostly bosses. But like I say, the most teamwork you can possibly do is just tell each other what's going on the battlefield, like ping enemies, like tell each other like there's something at the gate, just tell them to come back home and like destroy that enemy that is at the gate, and then try to like tank for each other since the enemies have more HP. You want to have anybody who has the most health and like to tank like a group of people, like switching like aggro on a specific enemy. Yeah, that's gonna help you for sure for teamwork.
Alright, my final question for this segment will be, what would you tell someone struggling to be impossible? I mean, I managed to beat it in 2 months, so good luck, guys. But yeah, Luna, what would you tell them?
The struggle was, oh boy, like when we did this first time was we already know what was the modifiers and like the stats of the enemies, so it wasn't that bad. But if new players, like, good luck guys if you're gonna try to beat this, because um since like the enemies gets more HP, you gotta worry about like how you guys are just gonna like kill an enemy that has the most tankiest HP in the game. like just imagine like an enemy that's most like rushing, like for example like a Imperial Destroyer or Imperial Conquest. Since they have more HP, you gotta worry that they're gonna keep going to the gate. Like you're gonna struggle a lot, and even like enemies that kill you, like um eagles, destroying your HP, but they're most tankiest. And we have what, like bosses that have so much HP, you keep dying, and your respawn time is like so much that the boss has so much time and the HP to like kill everything. So yeah, that's where like the struggle is.
Alright, my next segment will be about divergence, and this is gonna be like mainly like the history of you and like how did you beat divergence for the first time. Basically, that's the first question I wanted to ask.
For the first time I beat Divergence was a group of people back in a year ago, and I felt so hooked to the game because Divergence is a peak mode, hands down the peakest mode I ever played. And um yeah.
Um, uh, what was I gonna tell you? Right. Which parts of Divergence were the hardest, and what's like the best song in Divergence?
Oh, there's a lot of like covers, I mean songs in Divergence. And for like the bosses that are more like harder, I say either Chaos Brutist or Zatrox. But like the hardest enemy, like I believe is, well, there's multiple, like Imperial Conquest, King Eagles, and Rodents mainly. The best covers, in my opinion, for the songs are either The Deceive by Trivium, Ember to Inferno by Ember no, no, Ember to Inferno by, also by Trivium. So yeah, that's my two favorite songs.
What loadout did you use on your first run on Divergence?
Um, I wanted to do rain. Okay, first of all, my first loadout was range. I was using a CC10, super marine armor and med kit, and mostly like health augmentations. This was before like um the game got changed and went to a newer version. For this version was, people would just say the meta would be like either just use CC10 or like anything that could like kill anything fast.
What mistakes should players avoid when attempting Divergence?
Make sure you guys manage your money. I know a lot of people out there like you who doesn't really manage their money correctly, because I see you guys purchase a lot of things that are stupid. And because you should avoid just destroying your economy, because you got to save a lot of money for either what, like the better weapons, better armor, better augmentation, and for like better upgrades for your RDF. Like for sure you get your money, if you just spend everything like on like specific, like for example, you're only spending money for your RDF. It wouldn't make more sense if you like plan and manage your money, what type of weapon you want, what type of armor you want, and what type of actually upgrade for the RDF would be best for dealing with a set of enemies that annoy you. And yeah,
So remember, guys, don't be like Zath. Don't be like Zath.
do not spend 20 million on a stupid tank just like that.
Alright, this will be a segment called Overall Veteran Questions. It's just like as a for a veteran. Like I know you're like one of the peakest of them all. I mean Cam was pretty up there too. Collab is up there. Like a lot of people are up there, and for these specific questions I'm gonna ask you, they're pretty good. So the first question is, out of attrition, impossible, and divergence, which one was hardest for you and why? Like, it could be imp or like divergence by themselves or attrition, imp, and divergence. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like what, like hard? Okay, so there's like a ranking, like deluge amp attrition is not that bad. It's actually the baby. It's like the baby mode of attrition. Civil War Impossible attrition is kind of in the middle, since you're dealing with like what, wave 3 and Duceler 6 that had so much HP rushing your gate, and you even have Tiberius is like the Tiberius like dodging your bullets and keep running everywhere, to the point and plus he has so much health. Like what you're gonna do with an enemy that has so much health and is very fast. And then we have Divergence Imp attrition, which is the hardest. I think it is, because um you have a rush of enemies. You have enemies that are more tankier. You got bosses that are just super annoying, and they just don't care if they like out health you. Like even doing solo for Divergence Imp attrition was the hardest, because because a lot of enemies can punish you in many ways, and and you just gotta like worry about a lot of enemies. So yeah.
All right, next question will be, which one requires the most skill rather than luck?
Can you ask that again?
Of
Like,
course. Which like one of like the, it could be divergence, CWI, or the nerf.
please, everybody,
Uh,
okay. To answer your question before we got interrupted, me getting kicked. So I think the most luck you need is you gotta rely on RNG if bosses are gonna rush the gate or the core, and you gotta have your Okay, mercenaries are annoying on either attrition possible runs, since enemies are more likely to have more health. Like your mercenaries would get deleted, and you don't have like RNG. I mean, you do have RNG involved. Actually, what am I saying? But like, since mercenaries have a cooldown of like respawning, like enemies would just normally rush your gate and your core, like destroying it. And with bosses, there's so much RNG involved, where bosses could either just be the most annoying piece of shit in the game, or just be the most, like, sometimes they AI breaks, and then you have like free damage and free money to take. And like with you and probably your teammates, you guys have RNG whether or likely that if you guys are gonna die way too much, or if you guys are just gonna just like destroy the enemy. Yeah, there's a lot of RNG, but mostly I think skill also is involved with mixed with RNG, since you need to be on your top of your game if you want to beat these type of modes like impossible attrition. You gotta like really have like the knowledge of understanding enemies, how you're gonna deal with them, and like just just like just be locked in. Just be locked in. That's what I'm saying. Just be locked in.
all right. Next question will be, what is the biggest thing newer players misunderstand about these difficulties?
People will say like, Luna, why are you playing this type of mode? Are you like, what's even the point like playing this mode? And like, what, how is this like fun? Like, because you want a challenge, and you want to challenge yourself. Because I've seen a lot of people like I don't say majority of TZR players, but you guys mostly play endless mode. It's like you guys think that's the hardest. It's not. W- and like um a lot of players would say like, you're only playing the testing place, and like you're only playing attrition impossible in the testing place. Because you know why? Because I'm testing and making sure you guys can have more fun rather than just suffering. Because and testing place is like, it's been forgotten, and a lot of like this is like the early stage for attrition. And I was talking with the devs and everything, like what should be changed, and what like should be more easier for people to play attrition mode rather than like um being angry about it, like outlashing the devs. But yeah, and like, but you guys should like just challenge yourself more rather than playing game modes that are just more easier for you. But I know a lot of players out there are uprising to play more harder challenges. So I support you guys. And yeah, if you guys need more carry, if you guys want carry, just ask me, or like the other like collab, or like the other veteran players too as well.
Oh, and we're not all mean like others. Just please check matchmaking if you guys own Discord or have a Discord account. Check matchmaking in the fucking Discord server, please. We're not all mean. We actually help. But the next question will be, if you had to give one tip for beating all three Divergence, Civil War, and Deluge, what would it be?
Um, one advice is if you're doing multiplayer, just make sure you do a lot of teamwork. A lot of teamwork is involved. Like since you're dealing with enemies have more HP on attrition mode, and with either like any mode you're playing, you guys gonna have like teamwork. Just don't like sit around and just do random stuff. Like actually coordinate with your team. I'm not being mean. It's just that like since you're playing on harder difficulty, you need a lot of teamwork involved and a lot of coordinated planning. But for solo, just try to like plan out what's gonna be the most beneficial to you beating these type of modes, especially like I talked about like weapons, armors, RDF, blah blah blah. Like just make sure like you like and always practice. Practice makes perfect. Like don't say like, oh, I'm not gonna beat this. Like it's so hard. Please nerf the mode, or like can the devs make it more easier? Just try to practice. Make sure you do practice a lot. Test out any strategies that works for you, and test out any strategies that don't work for you, and try to mix them in between to see like what's the best thing you could do. So yeah, that's my advice.
Also, boys and girls, literally check out her videos. She has literal fucking like tutorials on how to beat the certain map or the certain level of difficulty. She's done revenge. She's done impossible. She's done a bunch of shit for the community. Go check her out. My last and final question will be, what was your exact strategy when you finally got your first successful clear solo?
So I was mostly trying to save like eco maxing. I need more money. I was like reading in solo, and since um this was in the testing place, the the coin multiplier is kind of broken. Well, only in British mode, but since like I get double the money in attrition mode for some reason, um I could afford like the golden katana, the true golden katana, and acne, and that's how I beat the entire game. And I was just only trying to focus on fully maxing RDF, since max RDF, which is basically automatically you win, automatically you win. But it really depends on the what difficulty you're playing. I say for Divergence in Impossible, even though you're playing on that mode and you have like max RDF, max everything, still gotta be careful, because even with anything max, you're still gonna lose. So you just gotta lock in. So yeah, don't
Well,
forget, kids, stay manageable with your money.
and don't let the Goo Goo Gaga gang get you. Alright, boys and girls, this is gonna be the end of this motherfucking interview. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed today's motherfucking interview. I love Luna. Go fucking check out her channel. She's a wonderful creator. And yeah, I hope you guys and girls enjoyed today's video. Enough of me yapping and lacking. We're outie like Mr. Towdy. I fucking love this collab. Thank you, Luna, for having me. And thank you for the awesome fucking video.
And also, thank you for joining me also in this video. And make sure you guys check out my viewers, check out his channel. He has goated shit you guys might want to look at. And give a comment or like anything if you guys want more like this. Like this is my first ever collab with someone. So if you guys want more of this, please comment below and like give any feedback. And also join the Discord in the Zombies Revenge, where I'll be there, Scrim will be there, and a lot of goated players out there. So if you want to join me, or like you want to join Scrim, join the Discord server, link in below. So thank you guys, and you have a nice one.
Peace out.